a Hindu temple in the UAE. Of course, the reactions are overwhelming. On the one hand, from Turkey all the way to the USA, many radicalized anti-Hindu and anti-India elements are feeling the burn. And then we also have Tucker Carlson, a man who doubted Indians' ability to build beautiful buildings. India is not just described as the mother of democracy and the mother of yoga. In many ways, due to India's dharmic roots that are naturally inclusive, India is also the grandmother of the pluralism-friendly, diverse traditions. So take a look at these scenes. The construction of a non-Muslim religious monument in Abu Dhabi. Quite obviously, for the UAE, it is a big moment. As expected, it is something that has sent shockwaves to many in the Muslim world. It can even be said that the UAE is finally taking the baby steps in its attempt to learn what tolerance is. It has been reported that the UAE has 3 other Hindu temples that are located in Dubai, and the BAPS temple is the largest of all in the Gulf region. So, considering the huge population of Hindus in the UAE, do you think that the number of Hindu temples in the country is appropriate? Anyway, without a doubt, this temple is an architectural marvel and magnificently displays India's knowledge traditions. Take a look at the mind-boggling details that are mentioned here. But as expected, the Western media sharks and many others do not seem very happy about this. Here, CNN is trying to explain that it is a cultural and political project. In this article, the Turkish media outlet mentioned nothing about the magnificence of the temple. As expected, in this article, the Washington Post presents its twisted narrative about Kashmir and Muslims in India that can easily mislead the viewers. Not only that, seeing the arrival of this beautiful temple in Abu Dhabi, some are even suggesting that India should treat its Muslims the same way Hindus are treated in the UAE. I mean, how illogical does that sound? Will the condition of Muslims in India improve if they are treated the same way Hindus are treated in the UAE? Let's try to understand this. In the UAE, the constitution states that Islam is the country's official religion. Sharia is the principal source of legislation. And read this: imprisonment of up to 5 years for preaching against Islam. Islamic studies are mandatory for all students in public schools. Now, pay close attention. This is very important. Land ownership by non-citizens is restricted to designated freehold areas. This restriction is a kind of blockade to most minority religious communities, which consists of non-citizens that wish to purchase property to build houses of worship. Non-Muslim houses of worship are generally built on lands that the rulers of the Emirates provided to these communities. Wow! So, based on this, may I ask, who is the actual permanent owner of the land where the BAPS temple is built? Well, after reading this, I hope you already have the answer. Also, in these cases, as explained here, regarding the religious buildings that were constructed, the land titles remained in the respective ruler's name. So yes, this is the reality of the UAE that one should know. Besides that, marriages between non-Muslim men and Muslim women are not recognized under the law. And of course, Muslim men may marry non-Muslim women who are people of the book. Sorry, Hindus don't seem to have the advantage here, as they are not from the people of the book. Also, as reported here, in the UAE, the government did not generally allow non-Muslims to worship, preach or conduct prayers in public, unless there are government-sanctioned exceptions. And by the way, in India, Shia Muslims feel quite free, right? But in the UAE, as mentioned here, Shia Muslims can observe Ashura in private, but not in public. So, after seeing all this, who do you think is enjoying more freedom? Hindus in the UAE or Muslims in India? As far as this man, Tucker Carlson, is concerned, I hope he's feeling okay in case he has seen this beautiful Hindu temple. Let's not forget, this is the man who mocked India by doubting Indians' ability to build beautiful buildings. Of course, I had given him an appropriate response in this video, but Tucker Carlson, listen carefully. If you don't get a chance to visit the temple in the UAE, consider visiting this BAPS temple in the USA. Probably, you are unlikely to fully understand the skills that were used to build this, but at least you will get an opportunity to learn more about India, a country that is still helping the West become more civilized. Now, a quick update regarding the Ram Mandir documentary project. By the end of March or even earlier, we will share the exact status of the fundraiser. Unfortunately, the fundraiser is moving forward, but very slowly. I hope more people come forward to make this project a success. Thank you for your time, and I hope to see you again.